Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another HTML Basics video, the second one in this very long series indeed. Today we're going to be talking about more on image formatting and text formatting, which we learned previously in the last lesson. Just a note before we start, in the tutorials that I will be showing you, I will be talking about HTML5. Now HTML5 may be different in the format way from HTML4, which may be HTML formatted language you have been learning in the past. Now I have chosen to teach all of you HTML5 due to the fact that HTML5 is much more newer, meaning HTML4, which was released in 1999, a good 19 years ago, is outdated. Developers nowadays use HTML5 due to the fact that it is in fact a much newer form of HTML5, and thus I am teaching you HTML5's content, which again may be different from HTML4. An example of one of the different formats is this image attribute that we've listed right here. In HTML4, you could just straight up go style and press align. But when you do try to type align content, align items, and align cell come up. These are not aligning the image, but some other aspects which we will not be learning in this tutorial at all. So that's some background information on what we will be learning. Before further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first of all, I have listed here some basic coding which we learned in the last lesson. So we have our HTML tag, our head, our title, which I've named basics 2, our body, which are H1, H2, H3, our image, which in fact is the same image we used in the last lesson, our other side image right here. I actually like the picture quite a lot. And we're also talking about some typewriter text, small text, strong text, and bolded text, and I've just put some lists in there as well. So let's start with the formatting of an image. When you talk about formatting an image, we're talking about the embedded CSS in it. So to add embedded CSS in HTML5, I've come up with quite a creative idea to do so. In HTML5, you can't just, as I said before, type a line. You need certain CSS aspects, which I will talk indeed in later episodes, but it's now to add embedded CSS to our HTML page. I put our image in a paragraph. Now a paragraph doesn't necessarily mean that there has to be text inside, there can be anything inside. So when I put our image inside a paragraph, I can give a style to the paragraph. So to embed CSS in HTML, you must put the style attribute, and you've come up with many different ways you can style our image or our paragraph in better terms. What we want to do is text align it to the center. Now, what this does is it states that our style for our paragraph will be center, so our text, which is actually our image, will be placed in the center. Now let's go ahead and try this out, and we will have it, guys. There it is, our image located on the center of our web page. Now what we can do is go back here and let's say type right. Let's go test it again. There you have it. Now it's on the right side of our web page. Let's go back and put it center. Perfect. Now let's talk about the text formatting or the text aligning for text, the text in HTML. When you create TTs or text formatting styles like a TT, typewriter text, you're creating sort of text formatting attributes that are not similar to H1, H2, H3. when you want to embed CSS into H1, H2, H3, you can straight up just go style, text align, center, and there you have it. Our H1 will be put in the center. But you cannot do this in, let's say, a TT. This is because it is a much more minor form of text formatting. So we do style, text align, center. It's not in the center according to my information, right? So let's go back and let's figure out how to do this. Now, this can be similar to, let's say, how we did the image question, how to align an image in a HTML page. So we do indeed go to paragraph, which are formed clearly, style, do the exact same thing, text align and center. Now let's see if this works. Well, there you have it, everyone. Our typewriter text is now placed in the center of our web page. Now let's go back. Now we can do this for our small text, our strong text, and our embedded and bolded text. So let's go, and I've already formed another paragraph around our small text, style, text align. Let's now put it on the right. Let's see if this works. Reload our page. And there you have it. This is small right here. Now, there are many other ways you can format a web page. Let's think of the easiest way to do so, and the first that comes up to mind. Color. Color is such an important part to our visual needs that we can't just have a web page that just has one color, right? It doesn't look nice. So let's add color to our web page. To add color, there is embedded CSS required. Style, as we said, and then color. So we can, let's say we want our body to be entirely one color. So we go to style, COL, color, immediately comes up. And let's choose a nice color. Let's choose dark golden rod. Why not? Let's go test it out. There you have it. Our header, our heads are gold, and all our text down here is gold. Perfect. Now, what you don't want to do when you're coding HTML as a developer is state that, okay, the body style is color and it's going to be dark golden rod, and then immediately go here and say no. So no. I think that my color could be black for my typewriter text. Now, this will indeed work. Your text will indeed be black in your browser, but this is extremely inconvenient when you come back to test your web page. You're clearly confused here. Is my body gonna be dark golden rod or is it gonna be black? And it doesn't look good as a coder. So I recommend giving attributes to, let's say, each one of, if you're gonna have different colors in your website, give different colors to each. Don't just magically state that, okay, all my text color will be dark golden rod. Because if another person indeed comes and tries to see your website, they're not really gonna understand it. Yes, after a while, they might, testing it out in the browser, but just to be safe, don't. Okay, now let's indeed add more color to our website. Let's just cancel this part out. And let's add, let's say, a color to HRH3 to also go to style, color, Firebrick, and our lists here can be style, color, let's make them crimson, and our unordered lists can be style, color, forest green. So let's go test that out. There you have it. Our H3 is a brown, our ordered list is red, and unordered are on our list is green. Perfect, great, right? Easy. Now, there are many other ways you can format your text. Size is the next one that comes to mind. So let's go ahead and change the size of our content in our website. Let's just go separate these out so they're easier to see. So another embedded CSS code you can use in your website is font size. So it's also in the style attribute. So let's go ahead and give our bolded text some CSS. So style, and you go font. And if you just scroll down, font size will be beautifully put. Now, no option comes on what you should put in the here. So what you want to do is put how many points or how big you think. So the smallest would be 0 and the biggest would be, I'm unsure about that. So let's just go with a safe 20, nice number. Before we press play, let's just go see how big our embolded text is. There you go. Look how big it is now. It was much smaller then. Now, if we said, let's change the size to, let's say, 3. Look at it. You can't even see. Wow, you can't even see it. Let's change it to 100. And whoa, that hits you hard. That is pretty massive. Let's give it a safe 30. Yeah, how's that? Perfect. That's nice. And let's quickly just align this in the center. Wait a minute. This is not in the center. Why? Well, because I made a mistake. Remember, you can't text align a certain text formatted attributes like pt small strong m. So what you want to do is make a paragraph. Perfect. And in there, for style, text align. Perfect. And now if we go back, our text is embolded. Fantastic, right? Easy. There are many other ways you can format your web page. Just for the sake of it, let's go ahead and introduce some background color. In a website, you really don't like just white as your background. It's quite bland if you think about it. So let's go ahead and give our web page some color. So we go to body, which is the main content of our web page where all of this is located. Let's go ahead and give it style. And then we go to background color. Now we have the same options we got for the font color. Let's choose a nice bright antique white. And there you have it. Simple as that. It looks absolutely splendid. It looks much more colorful and much more pleasing to the eye. There are also many other ways you can format background color. You can have one section white and the other section yellow, etc., which we'll be looking much more later down the line. Yes. Now, before we end the video, let's just talk about hyperlinks. Now, hyperlinks, we'll talk a lot more about that in the next episode, but let's introduce that quickly in this episode because we'll learn a little about text formatting. And so we can use that text formatting knowledge to kind of add a hyperlink in our situation. So to add a hyperlink, you need the attribute A. Now what A is, it states that something is a hyperlink. So in A, we have to link it to something. We've learned that href is how to link something to another link. So we choose href. And we, let's say, find a website. Hello, first thing that comes to mind always for some reason. I have no idea why. Let's copy that, paste that in there. Perfect. Now if we go back to our web page, which is here, there seems to be nothing, right? Wait, why? Because our web page hasn't been given content to put that link forward into. So let's do that right now. So let's put our link in a paragraph. Paragraphs are extremely useful. I mean, fantastically useful in Html5. let's just cut that, paste that here. And right before the P meets with A, let's write this. This is a link to a page. Let's put a dash. Just make this close. And in this, our hyperlink thing, before it closes the A, let's put our link in here. Hello. When we go back to our website, will you have it? There it is. This is a link to the page. Hello, and we click this. Voila, it goes to the exact page we copy pasted the link from. Easy, right? Perfect. And the fun thing about hyperlinks is you can actually add it to images, but that's for the next video. Let me see if there's anything left to explain in the basics of formatting, the process of understanding how to add formatting to an image. So let's just summarize it really quickly. To add some CSS or style to your webpage, use the attribute of style. We can use color, or we can use text align. To text align certain text formatted text like the typewriter text or the small text or the strong or the embolded text, we must use the paragraph attribute and list our text formatted text in a paragraph to align it. Not the color, just to align it, because color is accepted by HTML for some odd reason for that text formatted text. So that is really just the basics of HTML formatting at this current stage of our programming journey. As always, have a good one. Bye.